Hey guys, welcome to episode 11 of A Day in the Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. So today we really kicked off the 64 build and the 69 build. Both these cars are starting today officially as far as being builds versus, just tearing things apart. So we started the day by making a couple of massive shopping lists from Wolfsburg West for a lot of the things we need to put these cars together. Brake lines, brake parts, master cylinder, hard lines, soft lines, pretty much the complete brakes. This car, the drums on it wore pretty bad, so we went ahead and we're putting new drums on the car. So pretty much brand new brakes. Every part of the brakes essentially is going to be brand new. And Rafa spent quite a bit of time then tapping holes. They have powder coating in the holes, a lot of them, so it's just easier to kind of take the time up front and tap every single hole on the pan and make sure that they're free and that the hardware is going to go into them easily. So some time there, and then from there basically he started a little bit of assembly work on it. He got the master cylinder in, formed some brake lines. Here you can see the two hard lines for the front wheels are formed. The brake line that goes up to the reservoir is formed. This car is going to be a super nice car, so we're using all original KMAX hardware. So we started digging into our stash of restored KMAX hardware. So you can see some of the bolts are just kind of in place right now for things like the pedal cluster and the shifter and so on. So some time kind of digging around in our stash, finding the correct hardware for this car, and then a little bit of assembly here. Not a whole lot, but again, a lot of time was just spent really kind of going through and figuring out this massive list for this car to have pretty much everything where, when Rafa comes back on Monday, so he works Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, he can really, start making some fast progress on this car, because we should have pretty much everything up into the point where we'd want to go ahead and put the body on it. So we'll get the complete chassis assembled with the transmission in it, all the brakes done, the handbrakes, the heater, at least the controls and everything for it, and then the pan to body seal, and then the body will go on it. So pretty much everything up until that point we should pretty much have now in that box back there, and kind of scattered around here and there. So similarly on the 69, massive shopping list, a lot in common with the 64, but quite a few things that are different too. So this car, for those of you that have been paying attention, the 69 EV Bug, this thing is getting massive brakes, big 4-piston Willwoods. So I've got all that stuff already. It's getting a narrowed front beam, adjustable front beam. We've got aftermarket shocks for it and so on. So a lot of stuff for this car that we had to order for the 64 we already had, again, by virtue of using some aftermarket parts on this car. So basically I started kind of laying out all the parts that we had, sort of refreshing my own memory for the things that we had, the things that we've already had powder coated, like the rear arms and so on. And then kind of combining that with the parts that we bought today, and just getting everything laid out, organized. Similar to the other car, I went on this one and tapped all the holes for, pretty much every bolt hole in the pan needed to be tapped so that they're ready for assembly. Just little thing, I started restoring some of the brake parts here and just mounted them up real quick, but not really much actual assembly on this car today, just kind of more like laying everything out and then starting to go through some of the hardware which is going to need restoration or replacement. So that's about it. So tomorrow I should be able to make a lot more progress starting to actually bolt some parts on this car, and yeah, it should actually start looking like something here. I'll probably start with the front beam. Again, we've got a 2-inch narrow adjustable front beam for this car, so I'll probably go ahead and bolt it up tomorrow, and then start assembling the beam on the car itself. And then from there, the next thing may be to put in the master cylinder and start running some brake lines, And then next thing, I'll probably go ahead and start working on the rear suspension. But yeah, the exact order doesn't necessarily matter, but pretty much just bolting parts to the car at this point, including the brakes and suspension, and getting it ready for ultimately putting the body on it. The body I went and visited today at the paint shop. It's looking really good. They did a great job of matching the diamond blue paint, so this car is going to look really nice. Should probably have the body back here in our shop Monday, so of course when that's back in, I'll show it on the episode of Day in the Life once it's here. So again, probably Monday or Tuesday next week. So that's it for today. Just focusing on getting these two builds like really kicked off here as far as their actual assembly goes. And yeah, the other cars, I don't think we touched any of the poor things, but you know, these cars are all actually coming along pretty good. So we sort of ignored all them today to get these other ones going. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like this video if you actually liked it. And if you haven't done so already and you like our content, then please subscribe to our channel. Thanks a lot. Bye.